name is Mārtiņš. I am responsible for electrical components in this company. Thank you for joining our online session. Firstly, I will inform you that this web meeting will be in English due to the fact that we are official dealers of TOSIBOX in Baltic States. Mārtiņš from TOSIBOX as a technical sales support engineer will help us to train you about cybersecurity. Okay, let's start some slides. I will share screen. Just a reminder. In a previous session, we talked about the principles of operations, application, and benefits. Today, we will learn about cybersecurity using TOSIBOX, and the third session will be on 17th of December, and our sales engineer Pēteris will train and show practical examples how make configuration TOSIBOX for remote access. Of course, you are welcome to follow our YouTube channel, and I want to mention that the first video of TOSIBOX will be available in some 2 weeks. Okay, I will introduce you to some points which will be discussed today. The first one will be how TOSIBOX works. Second one, build your own network, OT network. And of course, the third one will be about this cybersecurity. Before Mārtiņš starts, please notice that all questions and remarks you may send by email. We will definitely answer for everyone. Okay. Okay. I think Mārtiņš, you may start now. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Hello, everybody. Okay, so I share my screen with you now, and okay, so you should see my screen now. So welcome from my side. My name is Mārtiņš to the world of OT, networking, and cybersecurity with TOSIBOX. We at TOSIBOX enable secure networks and connect safely your industrial operational devices and users in the IT and OT world. What we do is we protect your computers, servers, mobile devices, networks, and your data in the IT and OT world from any malicious attack. So how this works, I want to show you in the next, I think, 45 minutes what we have here. And as I said, my name is Lorenz. I'm working in technical sales support with 10 years of TOSIBOX experience. And my background is many, many years in application engineering in industrial automation and communication systems. So I'm located in Germany. I'm responsible at TOSIBOX for the training, technical key customer, and our partner support. I don't want to go too deep in where TOSIBOX is, so I think you have heard that the last time. Just 10 seconds. We had developed everything in Oulu in Finland, so all our technology comes from Finland. We created, we have an OT infrastructure in 130 countries all over the world, and at this moment we have 150,000 of OT networks created. That's really, really important. And our technology is patented. I will tell you more about what that means, what it is exactly what we have patented. And the sales organization, what we have it in 42 countries in all over the world. We have a lot of certifications. We will talk later also what we have exactly here to protect your data, to keep it safe. what is a TOSIBOX secure OT/IT networking solution, and what about we are speaking today? So what we have 3 pillars of TOSIBOX technology. The first one is the frictionless IT/OT networking for seamless integration. That's important. We help you, the customers, our customers, to connect their devices. We increase their efficiency and improve their productivity without needing to recreate the existing IT business processes and platforms. So you keep with your existing technology, you add TOSIBOX as a secure layer, as a secure connectivity, and that's it. So we are talking about embedded cybersecurity for real end-to-end secure communication. That means we address cybersecurity on every step, paying attention to the connections between legacy and future systems and the two-way data flow between everything. We have unlimited OT network scalability. Wherever you run your services on premise or in cloud. So what we do is we create, run, and optimize sustainable OT networks that unlock business value, meet our customers' requirements and all their needs. So let's ask some questions here now. So what are the biggest questions and security challenges all players have in all industrial automation networks? So we are talking about easiness of technology we use. That means, can I support all VPN technologies in the world? How long time I have to wait until a new customer is connected to my system, secure connected? Can my service guys make a deployment in customer side? How can I ensure that my connections are secure? Next point is access management. How is access management handled? So the questions are, how do I share access to my end customer to only their own systems? How can I do it secured way? Do I use two-factor authentication for the users? Do I support mobile device use? How long it takes to add new users and this access rights to my network? That's all about access management. And last questions are about data control and collection. So industrial automation is all about control and data collection. So I need two-way communication. Do I have that? Industrial side needs control and data collection. Can I do it? So do I need data for transfer, example? And the data is futures money. Do I own my data? It's only me who can access my data, nobody else inside a TOSIBOX system. So as you will see, when I go on here, what we have done, we from TOSIBOX have accepted this challenge to provide you a smart industrial networking solution which fulfill all these requirements. And let's start with TOSIBOX plug-and-go technology. How does it work? How to create secure connection. And what I want to do is I want to start to show you from the beginning. That's what Mārtiņš said in the beginning. I want to show you from the beginning how TOSIBOX plug-and-go works, how we create a secure network, and also without deeper IT skills. That's quite an important point. We have created a technology people can set up and use also without deep IT skills. And then I'll show you which components we use and how we scale and end up in secure IT/OT connectivity. Let's have a quick overview, really a short one now, what we use to build our ecosystem. I don't want to go in detail about all our products, but just what components we use to build up a secure IT/OT network. And TOSIBOX solution, we consist of modular components that offer an unlimited expandability and flexibility. So TOSIBOX keys, the TOSIBOX keys, or the key is a client for user and people to access the network. We have keys in different versions, hardware keys, soft keys, and apps for mobile devices. The lock, or the locks and the nodes that are router with firewall sharing access to the devices. They are for the OT side. Also here we have devices in hardware, and we have also software locks for third-party hardware. to bring in the security, bring in the OT network. And our VCL is a virtual central lock. This is the platform what we use for easy network and access management. We will talk later much more about the VCL and how it works and how it integrates and scale up our system. So plug and go, that's really nice to say, plug and go. Let's start, create that secure connection now. How do we do that? And it really starts from the beginning, from the really beginning, to understand how we secure that networks. And so here we go. So what we have done from TOSIBOX, we have invented, and that's for true, we have invented the first and only simple matching method that's physically or remotely. And our intention is there's no chance for user errors to make here. So how does it work to make point-to-point connection in seconds? And the first thing what you have to do is to match securely a key to a lock together for the devices to create a fixed relationship. And what you do here is you embed that key in the physical USB port of a lock, and this is called the physical matching. And an important point here, what's going on is during that, we call it matching process, the lock and the key exchange their security credentials fully automatically. And security credentials are the VPN private keys and certificates. And after the exchange, it's done, they create a strong and unique relationship together. So that means the key belongs now to the locks ecosystem and vice versa. So all is done, it's all fully automatic. And this is the process we call physical matching, but we have also a process called remote matching when the lock is not in your hands at this moment, and you do that over or remotely, but also very secure. We do that over our backend server by a secure tunnel, transferring fully automatically the same credentials. So after this is done, and we can build up that connection, we will go on. The lock and key combination enables now a secure point-to-point connection between the user, that could be the computer here or a mobile client, and a remotely operated device. This is your private secure data connection over the internet. And unlike other encrypted, I can say remote connection solutions, TOSIBOX is entirely operator, network, and device independent. And we don't care where TOSIBOX key or the TOSIBOX lock is installed to build up that end-to-end encrypted tunnel. We are working also behind nutted firewalls. Why? Because there's no need for any static or public IP on either side here. And there's no need for any inbound ports to be open. We are only talking about outgoing traffic to enable that connection from both sides. So when you look at our matching process, what we have done yet, so in the first step, so it's simple. Simple means less things to configure and to remember. And this is really good for security. If you don't have that certificate in your hand to create that bond, then you can't do any harm with it. And what we do also for good security is we use industry standard and proven technology. I will tell you a little bit later in more detail. For now, we have OpenVPN, we have AIS highly encryption or high encryption. We have TLS sessions, what we use. We have only standard technology. We have nothing invented when it comes to the tunnel technologies itself. So we work behind all. When you look at that picture, you could bring up the lock and the key with all internet connections here. You can imagine you can use 4G radio, you can WAN, Wi-Fi, satellite connection, any connection which is available, we will work with it, no problem. And the best thing here is our technology is redundant and self-healing. So if you use more than one internet connectivity at the same time, like a Wi-Fi connection, Wi-Fi in client mode, and a 4G connection, they can be used in a redundant mode. So TOSIBOX scales up with a VCL. The VCL, it's called the Virtual Central Lock. It's your VCL. You, as a customer, you own it and you operate it. We have no access to it from TOSIBOX. The locks in the field and all the users and servers behind that VCL, they are communicate through the VCL to each other. So the VCL is, in other words, the secure center hub of all of your connections inside of your TOSIBOX ecosystem. And we will go a bit more detail in a second how this works. A question I'm asked always, hey, how is it secure? Is it secure to put a lock inside of my network? And what does it mean to my network? Is there a firewall? And for this, I have two pictures here, how we integrate a lock securely in a network and secure that network. So when we look on the left side, then we put the lock in so-called lock inside the network. It's same name here, the mode. And in lock mode, the TOSIBOX Lock creates a subnet and is a gateway for a subnet inside of a bigger, maybe OT, remote site network, company network. Separate the devices, and we are in control of all of the devices. The lock is completely firewall protected, and the data is going end-to-end encrypted from any user through the VPN tunnel without any server in the middle over the internet to the lock, end-to-end encrypted, and access is only possible for a user which is configured. You see later how this works, configured to have access to. So we can separate access to lock complete site or independent here on any endpoints like cameras or computer or HMIs, whatever. And this is when we have a secured network inside of a bigger network. And the other thing is, when you have a network, when you want to create that lock inside of that network, where you want to not separate the network. So we are client. In client mode, that's quite interesting. We share the same network layer here like any other device, but we also secure that connection from any user coming in, because we are in full, or you are in full control from your key, from your key to your TOSIBOX Lock, and you allow only access to the specific endpoints you want to have access to. So TOSIBOX Lock is a firewall here, protects end-to-end secured the user to any device here. So that's two different versions how to implement a lock in a network. I want to go on here now with the step-by-step how to build that network now, how you start with TOSIBOX and you make that IT-OT convergence solved, how we say, how you build your own secure network. And that's easy to get started. We have already done now in theory here to build up your own OT network. As you learned, what I said before, it all starts with one user, have a key and connect to a lock, and build up a secure connection between user and one remote network. So as it scales up, we have multiple connections and to more than one remote site here. A user can have multiple connections at the same time. That's not a limitation at all at this moment. When we go on here now, we add up several administrators. So that could be, we call that a backup user. Backup user has the same right that the administration user can connect also to all of the sites individually. At the same time, the administrator is doing that. So for individual access control, what we do is we add more users, people to your TOSIBOX ecosystem with our master key. And these users will have different access rights. The users are sub-key user. You have seen in one of my first slides, there were keys available as sub-keys, and though this is a so-called sub-key user. A sub-key user can be a user with a physical key, with a soft key, or any mobile device. And the difference here is these users are in full control by the master and the backup user. So the master backup user can allow these users where to connect to what lock, also to what IP device or MAC address inside of a remote network, full in real-time control of the master and backup user. And the configuration for the master and backup is always in parallel in the ecosystem, to be real-time, to have real-time configuration of all of the locks and all of the users working in that system. Important point is coming now. So the VCL, it's in the middle here. It's in the cloud installed. The VCL can be installed in the data center, in the cloud, Azure, AWS from Amazon, or in any computer server where you want to operate it. And the VCL is the bridge. We call it the bridge between your IT and OT network. And it's a center hub of all of your connections. And the most important thing is you own that VCL, you operate it. We have no access to it from TOSIBOX when I say we. So the VCL provides in an easy way set tools for your OT network and for combining the IT network and the OT network together. So you can easily add new users like service users or administration users to the VCL. And this is all done remotely from your master key or from your backup key. And inside of the VCL, you create flexible access groups to set up alarming, log audit trays for security, and to be in control of your whole network, which users can connect to which OT site, to which IT network here. So that's all controlled over the VCL in a secure way. And how can I say, with a combination of all of this TOSIBOX products, the locks, the keys, the VCL, you create your own secure global network for operative business. And it's your own network you create, because we build we say in TOSIBOX always, a private VPN highway inside of the internet. So it's your private highway you create here. Only TOSIBOX devices or users can access this private highway. And when I talk about this, all lock and key connections are always direct and secure connections, and nobody can go inside here. So this is really an important strong point. Nobody except you, what we say, except the customer who's building up this TOSIBOX network, can handle with his own data. So there is no entry from the outside, because one point said here, when all of the devices are online, like a TOSIBOX lock in the field, there is absolutely no ports open, no service open. We have no services like an SSH for a secure shell. We have no HTTPS web server outside the TOSIBOX ecosystem. That's really important to get that point here. Only inside of this network, when you're locked in the network, you can access the logs, the OT side, the devices. But from the outside, everything from TOSIBOX looks like a black box. And that's one of the highest security things you can achieve if you have a box connected to the internet, which is a black box and nothing is open on that box to connect to. And as I finally said, what we are talking here is about a controlled and secure network for 24/7 connection. Okay, so let's go a bit deeper in this. How does TOSIBOX ecosystem securely connect and manage the network? So what we use in a more precise way here, and we go on how we securely manage these IT/OT networks. So we have two things we can speak about it. We can speak about the security by design. This is the technology we use to create the TOSIBOX ecosystem, important to know. And we talk about the security in operation. And this is our patented technology. You, as a user, take advantage of. And let's start with the overview over the standard technology we use in our ecosystem. So when I look at that picture, we have pointed out here the technologies what we use inside the TOSIBOX ecosystem. So when we are talking about making a connection, we are talking about OpenVPN. We are talking about, when it talk about encryption, AIS 256-bit encryption. We are having TLS available for making highly secure TLS 1.2 or 1.3 tunnels to our backend server for connectivity. And we have two-factor authentication. We always have to use something from TOSIBOX, a piece of hardware, a lock or a key, and a password. So it's real two-factor authentication. And okay, PKI, private key infrastructure, and RSI crypto system are some technologies we integrate. The reason why I tell you this is definitely something. We don't add anything here from a TOSIBOX level that we created something new here. We use standard technology. And the positive point is here, the moment we do that, we are highly compatible inside of our network because we're based on standard technology. So no matter if you run, on the field side, a Siemens device using some Profinet protocol, for example, or you use any of the backnet controller in building automation, and we don't care about this because we have layer 2, for example, with standard technology. It makes it highly compatible and it will work. I'm pretty sure about that. So this is really a strong point, and we have much more information in more depth what we're using here, in what ciphers, for example, we go in when it comes to that security. But if you have that question, you can ask us and we will provide more information. But for now, I think that's quite cool here. What I want to go through now is just some things here. What we have done by built-in security. So I told about that physical and remote matching. Only devices matched together can work inside of the TOSIBOX ecosystem. We have two really strong two-factor authentication. That's a must-have feature when you have some ISO certification. I'll show you in a second. So this is for all our products. We are talking about end-to-end encryption, and this is one of the important point using TOSIBOX also compared to other solutions on the market. And that means that the VPN connection is established directly between TOSIBOX devices, and the data inside, your data inside of that tunnel can only be decrypted by the endpoints. That means the TOSIBOX lock and the key of the other side. So there's nobody in the middle, not even TOSIBOX. We don't see your data or can encrypt it or something like that. That's your own network. We have a patented connection method. That means we say, or we work behind knotted firewalls. We work with all of the internet connections available. We don't care about public IP addresses or private IP addresses. We don't care about SIM cards you use. If they go on the internet, it's fine. I'm often asked, hey, what is the minimum requirement you have? There must be a requirement you have to make TOSIBOX work. And I say, yeah, easy to say. The minimum requirement is if you have a computer and a network which can browse a TLS encrypted website over a secure browser, if that works with a computer, then TOSIBOX will work as well. And that's a really strong point, because behind knotted firewall, I said it already, but also fully protected computer, and TOSIBOX will work exactly the same way to make that direct VPN connection. what we have is simplicity. We are always saying simplicity is good also for security. Why? Because in addition to making our product secure, so we have put a lot of effort on making them easy to use, simple to use, but still secure. And I think everybody can agree here with a few things for any user to remember and worry about: passwords, keys, the private keys for a VPN connection, to scan that network, and to think about IP addresses when you don't have auto discovery. Then it's good for security, because the chance to make any error in configuring the system is really less. So misconfiguration on a TOSIBOX system is not going to zero, but it's really rare. So that's really good for security. No backdoors. As said, there's no backdoor available for TOSIBOX to go inside of your private highway. Nothing to say more at this point. And this is also really good for security. And I talked about industry standard proven technology. That's exactly what you got that point. I think now that we have only standards to provide high compatibility to all of your industrial devices. And we have some audited security. I'll tell you a bit more about that. What certification do we have to provide that on a paper form? What certification, what we did here, and what we are planning to do. That's coming in a second. I want to go just through how our patented technology works, because it's important for us that you understand what is the benefit of our technology. The benefit is that we can do a direct VPN connection for data without a server in the middle. And how does it work now? And this is something I want to show you here. So how keys and logs find each other for the data connection, because keys and logs are behind knotted firewalls. They can't see each other directly. So for establish that connection between TOSIBOX devices, we use a highly available and redundant backend system. So this is hosted officially, and this is approved also in data centers in Europe. We have 3 data centers available in redundant mode. 2 are in Finland, 1 is in Germany, and all of these data centers are fully data center compliant with ISO 20000 and ISO 27001 certification. And in this, how this works now, in this fully automatic process, each TOSIBOX device registers themselves to this distributed matchmaker. And the matchmaker control channel is also a very high secure tunnel encrypted over TLS 1.2 encryption. And it's certificated also only between TOSIBOX devices. And this is something we use, important here, we use for make the connectivity to a key and a log. It's not for your data, it's just to be in control of your network and to make that connectivity available. That's what we have patented here. And to make that VPN tunnel, establish it now, the user with a key requests a connection to a log over that matchmaker. And the matchmaker knows the log, the key, and what's happening here is now that the matchmaker tells both sides where to find each other. And here's a little magic coming in the game. Not really magic, but our patented technology. What we are doing is we completely switch out for the data channel the matchmaker in the end, because matchmaker is only for let all of the people or all of the products know how to find each other. And in the end, what this is, we have a direct data end-to-end connection, and there's nothing in the middle. And this is really a feature. It's really cool, I have to say. I haven't seen it in any other solution. And so what we say is, this is your direct secure data connection between any TOSIBOX devices. And data stays inside the TOSIBOX ecosystem between your TOSIBOX products, always strong encrypted. I said that several times now, but this is really a strong point here. And your network, what you build up here, and what we can say is TOSIBOX ecosystem is not open for third-party hardware, not from the scratch. So we don't have any VPN certificates available, but we are open for third-party hardware when you use our lock for container, for example, our software lock inside of a third-party hardware. Could be a Siemens PLC, could be a Siemens Nanobox, could be an edge device, could be a Bosch Control X platform device, could be any Hilscher, any Vago controller. So we are also, we are working on all of these industrial devices here. Then it's called our lock for container, and you bring that in as well. So this is exactly how our patented connection method works. Over the secure backend, what we have to establish the connection. So let me give you some benefits of using TOSIBOX now, what we have talked here. And TOSIBOX is a standard deployment every time. So all existing products, we say, are compatible to each other and can use in your ecosystem together. Though we have new products out on the market now, it's always the same, configuration is the same, and so it's every time standard deployment. And what we say, it's an easy network management. We can work in fully automatic mode. That means our lock can be configured with a DHCP server on the OT network side, and it will give automatically IP addresses. You can also use static, no problem. But if you have a full automatic mode, we will scan that network. We do that also in static mode. We scan the network. We add IP devices to your OT network on the lock side. And there's also no need to type in any IP address. You will see on the OT network all of your devices immediately when network scan is finished. And you can work with them. You can connect to them. And as such, several connection methods. Don't care about how you bring a TOSIBOX lock or a node online. If it's online, if you have that, one connection out open, and then it will work, and you can do that direct VPN connection. And no fixed address or open ports needed. And we work with all brands. We do not make any limitation. We do not make any limitation to any protocol. If you use a layer 2 connection, a bridged connection between a lock and the key, it's like a long Ethernet cable. I have not seen any device which is not working over that layer 2 connection when what you build up here. So no limitation when it comes to different brands what we use. Okay, built-in security, that's what we talked for several times now. Maybe one point here, we asked, hey, is TOSIBOX also, has it a firewall inside? Yeah, sure, we have a firewall. We have a firewall from the WAN port to the LAN ports to the Wi-Fi ports. The 4G modem is protected. We have a IP firewall based on IP addresses, for example, where we own ports on MAC addresses inside of our logs and our VCL. So there's a lot of configuration you can do also inside of our logs to protect your network inside of the TOSIBOX network more and more. So that's good for security. We are not, when it comes to scalability, we are not limited in a way. You can have 1,000 of logs, you can have several VCLs, you can have hundreds, thousands of users. It's not a problem at all. So there's no limitation in the users and the OT and IT side you connect your networks to. And okay, two-way communication, that's a point coming up. For me, as I'm working in a lot in industrial applications, that's normally for sure. Sometimes ask, hey, it's every data is going through one VPN tunnel here, one channel? Is it backwards and forwards, a bi-directional tunnel? Yes, it is. So we have only one tunnel, endpoint to endpoint, and all communication is going in both ways. That's surely configure by yourself. So when you have a user connected to a network, the user is protected for security reason. If there's something in the logs network, it's not possible to go from logs network to user network, but you can open this up. That's all a configuration issue here. And that's what I said was where there's only one connection between two sites. And okay, we have that point-to-point data flow and fully encrypted, at this moment between TOSIBOX hardware and software products, and nothing in the middle can decrypt it, because it's like it is there. The certificates are not available to do that. And when you know OpenVPN, not going to DPA, when you know how OpenVPN or any VPN works, if you have a strong encryption, then this is this is a point here that without any VPN keys certificates, you cannot decrypt that that data. Okay, so this is something. What are the benefits of using TOSIBOX? Maybe in a fast and short way. But what I want to overview now here a bit is some approvals and certification. So our products work worldwide. That means we have the standard certification covering out. I don't want to say every country in the world, but for the APAC market or the EMEA market, so the EMEA market and European, we look for the CE confirmation certification. And when we go to the US, we have the FCC, we have UL for safety, you see here, and for the US market. And we have some certification for the APAC market, Asia Pacific market, and we have for some specific provider certification when it comes using our technology in US, for example, for some network provider certification like Verizon, AT&T. This is all available from our website here. What we have when it comes to our company, told you that already, that's the ISO. It's the ISO 9001 certification. Okay, that's a company must have in Europe. And it's the ISO 27001 certification. That's something special. Switch over here. That's not so common. A company like TOSIBOX have that certification. And but what's really good is here, it's the fundament, the ISO 27001 is a fundament of what we are doing next. So because if you have that certification, that means your security management is fully audited by this ISO, and all processes and all the documentation and how you document your processes, they are fully audited here. And that's a really good point, because this is available also as a certificate. You can get that. We are working at this moment on a certification. It's the IEC 62443 certification. This is something which is much more interesting for you and for industrial, when you work in industrial automation, because that's invented some time ago, some years ago, from Siemens, IEC 62443 certification. And this will certify the whole process, how your process is working in the background. It certifies your product, and it goes down to your integrator level from the beginning when you manufacture your devices, and goes up how you sell it, how your distributors work, and all of that stuff. And this is what we are doing exactly at this moment as a next step to have the TOSIBOX products fully IEC 62443 certificate. And ongoing process, we will have first results mid next year. And so see where this is going. What we have is when we are evaluating our networking and remote access products and solution, we have to make sure that it's all in some paper written down what we use. And we have a so-called security center website where you can go on and you find a lot of information. I told you in this meeting, you will find on that website a lot of white papers talking from our CTO about cybersecurity. What does it mean for us in a more common way. And there are security questions answered. Is it secure to use TOSIBOX in my network? And is it secure to use a key on my computer? What does a key do when I put it in my computer? All of these questions and answered in a long way. What's exactly happened here? And yeah, so you find that on TOSIBOX.com, and you go on some documentation and on a security center link, and you will have that. Okay, so that's my task for today, to go through some TOSIBOX, how TOSIBOX is handling security. And what we can do is, if you have any questions now, I'm not Mārtiņš, how you want to have that now, if you question now, or if you have any question, we are here, and I'm available. So thank you from my side that you joined me in the session. I hope it was not too fast. I have not packed in too much. There's a lot more information we can share here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mārtiņš, for your time and really excellent technical explanation. I am really sure that this information will be useful for everyone. Okay, let's meet again on 17th of December, and thank you and bye.